Getting scammed online is just a horrible, gut-wrenching feeling. One minute, everything's normal, and the next, you're just staring at your screen wondering what just happened. But look, this is not a story about being a victim. This right here is your playbook for how to fight back, and we're starting right now. First things first, you need to understand the sheer scale of this battlefield. In 2024 alone, cybercriminals have already stolen over 22,000 crore rupees from people just like us. This isn't some minor problem. It's a massive financial crisis hitting thousands of people every single day. So yeah, the fight is real and it's incredibly urgent. And what are the weapons they're using? Well, just look at this chart. It's probably all stuff you've heard about. UPI fraud is the biggest one. No surprise there. Then you have those absolutely terrifying digital arrest scams where someone calls pretending to be the police. Add in fake investment schemes, the classic OTP and phishing tricks, and social media hacking, and you can see the traps are everywhere in our daily digital lives. So, here's our game plan for this explainer. First, we'll quickly size up the crisis. Then, we dive straight into your first hour action plan. And trust me, this part is absolutely critical. After that, we'll walk through filing your official complaint, break down what actually happens with the police in the investigation, and finally, I'll show you exactly how to maximize your chances of getting your money back. So, Section 1, the cybercrime crisis. We've seen the scale of the problem, those huge numbers. But now let's pivot to the solution. Because for the system to actually work for you, you have to know exactly what to do and when to do it. And that brings us to the most important part of this whole thing. Section 2, your first hour action plan. I really need you to pay close attention here, because what you do in the first 60 minutes after a scam can literally determine whether you get your money back or not. This is what we call the golden hour, and it's your single greatest weapon.
You see, this isn't just about being fast for the sake of being fast. It's about being strategic. When you report a fraud immediately, you are essentially hitting a giant red emergency button. It triggers a national system, these national rails, that instantly connect the police and all the banks. The whole point is to intercept your stolen money before the criminals can slice it up and scatter it across a dozen different mule accounts, where it just vanishes.
Okay, so here's exactly what you do. The second you realize something is wrong, do these 3 things almost at the same time if you can. 1, call 1930. That's the National Financial Fraud Helpline. 2, call your bank's 24/7 fraud line. Tell them to block everything, your accounts, your cards, everything. 3, preserve all the evidence. Screenshot every single thing. The chat messages, the transaction numbers, the fake websites. Do not delete anything. And if you want to know why that golden hour is so vital, just look at this. It's night and day. If you report a fraud within that first hour, your chance of getting your money back can be as high as 60%. But if you wait just 24 hours, that chance plummets to less than 15%. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. Speed is everything. All right, you've made the emergency calls, you've stopped the immediate bleeding. Now it's time for the next crucial step, creating the official, formal record of the crime. This is what will become the foundation for the entire investigation to follow. You're going to head over to the official government portal, that's cybercrime.gov.in. Don't worry, the process is pretty straightforward. You'll select the complaint type. In this case, you'll pick financial fraud. Then just give a clear step-by-step story of exactly what happened. Upload all that evidence you saved earlier, and then hit submit. The most important part, get your complaint ID and save that acknowledgement PDF. You're going to need it.
Now, when we talk about evidence, quality is key. The investigators need clear, uncropped screenshots of transaction IDs. They need the full chat history, not just bits and pieces. Highlight the fraudulent transactions on your bank statements. Give them every link, every phone number, every social media profile the scammers used. The more you give them to work with, the better your chances.
Okay, so once your complaint is filed, it officially moves into the hands of law enforcement. Now, this part of the process can feel really confusing and intimidating. So let's just quickly demystify the police and legal journey that's ahead of you. Now listen, this is a crucial piece of information that really empowers you. It's called a zero FIR. What this means is that you have the absolute right to file a first information report at any police station. It doesn't matter if the crime happened in another city or state. They cannot turn you away. They are legally required to register your complaint right then and there. And then it's their job to transfer it to the correct station. Now, you don't always need an FIR, especially for smaller amounts, but it does become mandatory in certain situations. For example, if your loss is over 10 lakh rupees, an FIR is automatically generated. It's also required for more serious crimes like identity theft. And very often, your bank will require an FIR for their own internal fraud investigation. And always, always remember this. The law is on your side. This is an official document right from the Reserve Bank of India, and it confirms their policy. If you report an unauthorized transaction promptly, usually that means within 3 days, your financial liability is limited, often to zero. The bank has to take the loss, not you. This is your protection, written in black and white. It's also really important to have realistic expectations about how long this all takes. As you can see, the investigation moves in phases. That first week is usually for assessment and assigning the case. Within the first month, they're doing the deep technical work, tracing IP addresses, mapping where the money went. It can easily take up to 90 days, sometimes more, just to identify the suspects. So it's not instant, but progress is being made behind the scenes. And that brings us to our final section, maximizing your recovery. Why? Because filing the report is just the start of the journey. To really, truly increase your chances of getting that money back, you have to take control of the follow-up process. You have to be proactive. Think of this table as your personal action plan for accountability. It's your escalation path. For the first couple of weeks, you follow up with the investigating officer, the IO. If you're getting no response, you escalate to their boss, the station house officer. If the case still seems stuck after a month, you go higher up, to the head of the cyber cell. And if all else fails, filing an RTI application is a formal way to demand answers and create real pressure for action. So let's wrap this up by looking at the critical mistakes you absolutely have to avoid. Don't wait to report, don't delete your evidence, and please don't just file the complaint and forget about it. Also, a huge one, never ever assume the government portal automatically notifies your bank. That is a separate, urgent call that you must make yourself. And finally, be so careful of recovery scams. That's when other criminals contact you, pretending to be officials who can get your money back just to scam you a second time. And remember, when you file that report, you're doing so much more than just trying to get your own money back. You are providing one crucial piece of a giant puzzle. Your data helps authorities map out these criminal networks, see the patterns, and ultimately protect countless other people from becoming the next victim. Your action has real power. So I'll leave you with this one question. You were targeted by criminals, yes, but now you have the playbook. You have the knowledge. So are you prepared to stop being the victim and start being the first responder in your own case?